Whether you are new to cycling or a seasoned pro, we make mistakes. And while we learn the best lessons from the mistakes we make, it never feels like that. So to save your time and the embarrassment of making a stupid error, I have tried my best to summarize the following points. Number 1. Incorrect saddle height. Placing your saddle too high or too low can also cause a loss of power or an injury. While the bike fit is unique to each rider, there are a few guidelines to follow as a guide when it comes to saddle height. With your heel on the pedals, when your leg is at the bottom of the pedal, it should be almost fully extended but not quite. If this doesn't feel right, feel free to change it up a bit until you feel comfortable. Number 2. Not enough fuel. Hitting the wall, as it's commonly called by cyclists, is when the body runs out of fuel completely, and in most cases you'll come to a stop and it will only get worse before you refuel. This is a mistake everyone makes, but it's easy to avoid. Before each ride, make sure you have enough energy. In other words, eat something. Oats and bananas or toast with honey are great for fueling your body for a few hours. Pack enough food on the go. Some gels or energy bars, even a sandwich can provide energy to keep your water tank topped up. Trust me, it is better to have too much food in your jersey pocket than not enough. Number 3. Wrong clothing. In colder conditions, it's always better to wear a little more than less. Remember, you can always take the layers off, but even in warmer climates, don't go without a poncho or vest. Leaving the house, if there is a sudden downpour, the body temperature will drop sharply. If you are going to the hilly areas, please remember, the higher the place, the colder it is. Wearing a windproof cloth can prevent wind chill and maintain body temperature. Number 4. Poor bike maintenance. Make it a habit to check regularly, inspect, and take good care of your bike. It will not only make it perform better, but it will be better, easier, and safer to ride. Pay attention to brakes, gears, and tires, and make sure it is moved and cleaned regularly, chained to prolong its life. Now, if you don't feel confident doing this at home, most bike shops now offer a service, so make sure you take it now and then. Number 5. Wearing pants. No one likes a visible panty line, especially cyclists. Wearing cycling shorts makes it much more comfortable, as it is strange to imagine wearing shorts or jeans without underwear. Throughout our lives, we are told to wear pants, but once you enter the cycling world, everyone encourages you to take off your pants. There is a good reason for this. So cycling-specific shirts have a material called chamois that basically makes sitting on the saddle more comfortable, and they are designed to be worn without underwear, which may seem weird, but trust me, you will get used to it. However, if you happen to wear underwear while cycling, it won't be very comfortable or pleasant. But if you happen to see someone with underwear lines on their bike, just give them a gentle nudge and tell them they don't need to wear underwear. Take it off. I haven't quite found a way to politely tell someone to take off their underwear yet, but as I said, cyclists are a strange bunch. Number 6. Bad braking. For people who are just starting to ride a bicycle, over-relying on brakes is common. When slowing down, you may tend to stomp on the brakes, but braking must be done in a controlled manner. Hard braking can result in losing control and stability, and in extreme conditions, you may even see yourself fly over the handlebars. This benefits no one behind you. Instead, keep your eyes focused on the road ahead, predict and combine gradual braking with both the front and rear brakes. Many beginner riders do not know the difference between the front and rear brakes and only use one at a time without knowing how. They may need to use multiple brakes to stop, but it is especially important to understand the difference between the front and rear brakes. You can do this by standing on the bike and spinning the wheels, then pulling one of the brakes to see the difference. It will show you where your front and rear wheels are. Each bike is different, but basically, if you pull your front brake and pull it very hard, this is what will happen. On the other hand, if you only pull your rear brake very hard, you will be surprised and scared, which is also not good. There is also the amount of pressure you apply to the brake to stop. The more you ride, the more you will get used to it. And most of the time, you will feel it. It is a feathering technique to stop. You don't need to know you need to take a break and then pull them to stop because you will suddenly stop. This is more like a smooth technique. And I tend to use both brakes at the same time. I just smoothly feather them. But if you are riding a new bike or not too familiar with the brakes on the bike, I recommend you only ride on flat surface for a while. Thanks for your watching. If you have interest in cycling information and tips, please follow the Jelly official.